it's ongoing, and frankly, there seems to be no end in sight at this point. It's absurd. There's protesters both on and off campus. There are protesters who are not students who have illegally snuck onto campus and evading NYPD. They seem to have no intention of stopping until the institution, quote, divests from Israel. And they're just horrendous. They've been told they can't pitch tents. They pitch tents anyway, and there are no consequences. And unfortunately, when you have dangerous people who are spewing Hamas and pro-terror rhetoric, and you show them that there are no consequences for their actions, this is what happens. And at this point, Columbia has basically relinquished all control of the situation, forcing Jewish students and honestly all students who have any level of morals or values to leave campus for their safety, because these people are clearly very dangerous.
Owner of the New England Patriots, Columbia alum Robert Kraft has essentially announced he's divesting in Columbia University until changes happen. There have been several lawmakers, even particularly there in New York, that have called for changes to Columbia University for the president, for leadership to step down, for changes within leadership. What do you believe needs to happen at your alma mater?
I think it's a very complex issue that has a lot of steps that needs to happen. First and foremost, this needs to be taken care of immediately. This is posing a danger to Jewish students, American students, society. Columbia University needs to authorize the NYPD and maybe even the National Guard to come in at this point and take care of this dangerous mob who has shown complete disregard for anybody's safety. Secondly, the administration has been so disgustingly abhorrent in their actions, or I guess lack of action is a better way to put it. And they need to be held accountable for that. I appreciate the committee in Congress who's been investigating them and who has written letters that they need to be held accountable. And I hope that they follow through with those threats. They absolutely need to be held accountable. But honestly, it goes even bigger than that, I believe. This is a societal problem. A lot of these people are not only students, but they're people who are being brainwashed by the same rhetoric that Hamas uses in Gaza. I mean, this has just become civil unrest across the entire city. And a lot of these people are being called on by students at Columbia to come join, people who are known terror supporters from organizations that have been banned from countries for their terror affiliations. And the fact that we have such moral clarity and are unable to rectify this situation and demand some level of value system from these people in just our society, and especially at an Ivy League institution, it's just so disgusting. And honestly, it's heartbreaking that we've allowed this to happen in one of the greatest countries in the world.
Of course. Also reports that Columbia faculty stepped out and they were essentially endorsing, walking out in solidarity with some of these pro-Palestinian protesters on campus. The fact that now you've got the option to learn virtually here. Katie, how do you plan to finish out your remaining time at Columbia?
I plan to do it from home. I have no intention of returning to campus at this point. It's dangerous. The administration has proven that they have absolutely no intention of protecting Jewish students or any students who aren't pro-terror. And there is absolutely no reasonable explanation to be there at this point. It's just it's complete lack of control of the situation. And I would be honestly risking my life at this point to go to class. And it's obviously not something I'm willing to do. You mentioned professors. Part of the problem here, serious issue, is that Columbia has hired professors like Joseph Massad, who say things like the October 7th attacks were amazing and awesome, where they raped women and butchered babies. I mean, the fact that we have these people teaching in these high up institutions, no wonder that the students are being brainwashed. Joseph Massad teaches the Israeli-Palestinian conflict class at Columbia University. And you wonder where these talking points come from. It's abhorrent, and it needs to be dealt with immediately. It needs to be dealt with 6 days ago.